In the popular video game Medal of Honor, players can take on the role of the Taliban and kill American troops. It's set to hit stores in October. But thanks to the efforts of one mom who lost her son in Iraq, that game will not be sold at U.S. military bases. We're joined now by that mother, Karen Meredith. Her son was killed in Iraq in 2004, and she's made this a personal fight. Karen, welcome back to Fox and Friends this morning. Since you and I last spoke, of course, this is now the big story, being pulled from military bases. Do you feel that this is a big victory this morning?
Well, I thought it was a small victory when I first heard about it, but I guess I didn't realize how far-reaching it was, and I applaud General Casella for pulling the game from military bases, and also GameStop, too, for going along with that policy.
Yeah, and that's a big deal, considering when you think about the size of GameStop as one of the #1 resources where people go and pick up this game. Though, I want to read to you a statement, though, from Electronic Arts. That's the company behind this video game. Jeff Brown, he says the criticism of Medal of Honor is disappointing because I can't think of another interactive game that has gone to such lengths to convey respect for soldiers. From the very first day of development, the Medal of Honor development team has been dedicated to creating an homage to the soldiers who fight the Taliban in Afghanistan. And what Jeff is specifically referring to, Karen, of course, is they hired a Special Forces soldiers to walk them through and actually be developers and collaborators on this video game. What do you have to say to Jeff this morning?
Well, I'm not quite sure what EA's marketing plan is, because when the first noises of this controversy came up, they said, oh, this is just nonsense and it's just a game. And now they're kind of backpedaling, saying, oh, we didn't mean to disrespect anybody, and we hired special ops people to work with us, but they never said that at the beginning. So I'm not sure that they figured out what their marketing strategy is yet.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, after we spoke a few weeks ago, you and I here on Fox and Friends, we got a number of emails from folks, both on your side and some actual veterans who wrote us, said, you know what, it's cathartic for us as soldiers who are returned from military campaigns. It's cathartic for us to play games like this, and it's our right as Americans to play it. Those were veterans who wrote us here at Fox. What do you have to say to them this morning?
Well, as I said last time, I believe in the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and a lot of the emails that I've gotten have told me that my son went to Iraq so that they could play video games, meaning fighting for their freedom of speech, and I think that's a little bit short-sighted. I just think that right now this is a game that is, the timing is off, and I've heard from military members on both sides as well, too.
Right.
So I just think that EA needs to figure out what they're going to do and understand that most people in this country are not dealing with any part of the war, while there's a certain amount of us, and 1% of us, the military and their families, that are having to deal with the cost of war.
Now, you're saying, you know, the timing is off, referring, of course, to one of the deadliest months in Afghanistan. Finally, what would your son have to say about this battle right now?
He wouldn't be surprised. I'm not afraid to speak out. If I didn't say anything, then Electronic Arts would say, oh, you know, everything's okay, we're on the right track. But I've always believed that if you don't like something, that you should tell people. And I also want to let people know that the military didn't call me to ask for my permission to pull this game. They're quite capable of doing it on their own. So yeah. I don't have any speed dial.
Well, he fought and died for your ability to speak your mind in this country as well. Karen, happy Labor Day. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
More Fox and Friends in 2 minutes.